Welcome to the show, everyone. Hey guys, you're gonna love this show. I'm talking about something that doesn't exist anymore. I've only found one other on the planet. This is my tubular lock jig by HPC.
It's time to hit that like button.
I'm gonna show you exactly, hopefully, how to drill out a tubular or barrel lock. I'm going to show you how to drill it out and repin it with a tubular lock jig that doesn't exist anymore. But you can do it at home in your drill press if you're really careful. So I'm going to tell you the tools I use, and you are going to love this. So let's jump into the show. I've been dying to show you this. For probably 6 months, I've owned this from eBay. So let's jump into the show. That's some old paperwork. Look at it, it's yellow. It's gorgeous. I don't want to rip this. There's nothing like it on the planet. Let's see it up close. Yeah! Oh, by the way, this is door and lock tips. Smash, smash, smash that like button. Come on, guys, smash it. Let's get a close-up look. Yeah. Here's the jig. Look how cool this is, guys. Now I have it in a clamp. This is only like $9 or $12 on Amazon. I have it in a small clamp. This holds like micrometers and measuring devices, but I clamped it inside of this clamp. Look at this. You have to hold it when you're drilling, but here's the tool. Is this cool or what? Love this thing. I did modify it a little bit from when I got it. I added this piece right here. I ordered it from Amazon.
Hey guys, I'll leave a link down in the description for this bad boy. If you ever need any specialty nuts and bolts and thumb screws, you can get them from Amazon.
They had some crazy little nut on there, Allen nut, but it came originally with a knurled nut that holds this in place. You'll get a nice look at how this all works. Even this end part right there. You're gonna love this show. I'm so excited to show you. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is I've got to measure the pins and find out if this is an ACE tubular lock. Well, let me show you the tubular lock I'm talking about. Here's the tubular lock. Now this is just purchased from Amazon. It's not a big deal, but it goes inside this tool. So cool, you won't even believe it. And then there's something right on the end here that nobody knew. It took AI to explain it to me, how that works. It's really cool. You're gonna love this. So there's the tubular lock, and I have to drill this out to measure the pins and also make a new key for it if I wanted to. But you have to have a device like this or a nice drill press. So there's the stuff. Let's get a close-up on it. Now we're going to go on top, and I'm going to show you just how this is done. You're going to love it. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Come on, do it. Let's get a fly-in. You know how much I love fly-ins. Oh, we're flying in on the subject. Look at this. I'm going to drill that bad boy out, and I'm going to do it in a tub so I don't wreck my studio. Oh, this is really great. This measures the key. I do love this little setup. There's some picks. Get right through this lock so fast. And there's a cutter by Wenxing or something like that. And there's some more of these tubular locks. I do like these tubular locks. I've been wanting to get back to this so bad, but other things have gotten in the way. So let's get right on top of this subject. Here are the instructions on just how to do this. This tool is called an SUT-137 Tubular Lock Servicing Fixture by HPC. And there's the tool, and the top part right here had a missing wing nut, so I replaced that. And I'm kind of proud of myself. I went on the internet, I went to Amazon, and I bought this from Amazon. They sell every manner of set screw, and this company was great. I'll put a link to it in the description. And here's all the pieces that come with this tool. This is the original plastic bag. I cleaned it up. It was so sticky, I fixed it. And there's all the pieces you have to service a tubular lock that's in there right now. So this instructions are the original. They're yellowed. Look at how cool this is. So it tells us you have to mount the lock onto the fixture by turning the lock holding nut with the knurled edge onto the base. So let's get a close look at this. So here's how we're going to do it. This unscrews right here. The lock has a nut that goes all the way through it, so that really is the center of this lock. And I have to get this out, and that's retaining it right now. See that? That little brass part, that's retaining it. I have to get that out of there, and there's no way to get it out. But HPC, thank goodness, invented a way to do it. And it's right in front of our eyeballs. Look at this thing. So this tool is going to do the trick. If I just tighten this in, what happens is the lock tips sideways. We don't want that to happen. So what you do, I just can't believe how cool this tool is. It's got everything. It's got a follower and everything. What you do is you take apart the back of the lock, and there's two spacers. Look at these two spacers. So that just retains these spacers. HPC thought of everything. They really did. I can't believe they're not lost. They go back here, just like that. And then you tighten this knurled part right here. You tighten it. That just stays in the jig. And look at there. Now it's dead flat. So you have to line these holes there. Let me show this. These holes right here. You have to line those up so that you can drill down. Oh, you know, I got this upside down. There we go. I have to drill and tap that. So you slide this through, you set it straight up, and I have to line this over the top of that brass part. If you guys find one of these, you got to tell me you own it. This is the coolest tool I've ever seen in my life, just for doing barrel locks. Who invented this? HPC invented it so many years ago. That company, I called them. Okay, you check out my other video. I called them and I said, hey, do you know about this tool? They never even heard of it. The company kind of lost touch around 2000, well, 88, 89, 90. Through there, they lost touch with all their old parts and pieces. So we're going to take this apart. You got to be really careful with everything. Do not want to rip this bag. I don't know if you really appreciate what you're looking at. Maybe you do. I'm super excited about this, as you can tell. Look at that. There's the box, the original box. Oh, there's those nuts. Love them. They even had a tap wrench that came with the tool. You got to have this nut. That nut is so important. It takes out that part, that little retaining pin that we're going to drill out. Look at that, a tap wrench. Isn't this cool? There's all the parts and pieces that originally came with this jig. And I have all the parts and pieces, except for that little nut, and I replaced it with something that works great. I ground the end down so I wouldn't mark the follower. I made it nice and clean on the end. We do not want to scratch anything. Kind of hard to get that back in. That never comes out, by the way. It's supposed to stay right in there. All right, let me adjust this thing. Get my beautiful box out of here. This box was black mold, and I cleaned it with some special product and brought it back to life. Do not want to wreck this box. It's a one of a kind. You have to have a drill. So they said use a drill press to drill down. We're going to tighten this up so it's right over the top of that retaining pin. I'm looking down from the top. Right there. Let's get a light so you can see. See that pin underneath there? That pin right here. That pin is underneath the holes. That's just a drill guide. This part right here is just a drill guide. Pretty cool, huh? I'm loving it. I think you're going to get a kick out of something. I want to show you how many lights I have set up on this. Behind the scenes. Look at that. This is crazy funny. I've got all these lights set up so I can light up the subject. That little creature right there, HPC's tubular lock drilling jig. And I want to have you see something no one's ever showed you. How to drill these out. I have scoured the internet and YouTube to find out how you do this. And nobody's got one except a guy, I must say, that has the same tool I have right here. Now, I tried contacting him, and he just is non-existent. I don't know what's happened. He left the scene quite a few years ago. And I mean, he left the scene. But he left his videos up. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, let's drill this thing. I'm going to take my nice little drill by Milwaukee. I'm going to put the original drill bit in. It goes right in here. going to drill down. So we'll chuck this up. Now this has lights on it too. I do like this little thing. And I bought the bigger battery for it. You got to get the bigger battery. I'm going to take all the stuff out of here because there's going to be a few chips. Let me drill this. Now see, this wobbles. You're supposed to put this in a real big vise, but I do it, but it's way over on the other side of my studio. All right, here we go. Now you drill down until you go kind of in the plug area that's void. Now, see, it keeps me straight. Here goes nothing. See, I'm right on top of that. I'm looking through the camera here. Hope that's not a problem. Better tighten everything up. You know, I think I need to go out just a hair with this. I'm just supposed to go through until I hit a void. Let's hope I'm drilling straight. Boy, is it that thick, guys? I don't know, I might be off. Wow. Patience. Well, at least the drill's sharp. Boy, let's take a look. That's kind of crazy. I can't believe it'd be that much. Let's knock the junk off of this. Yeah, it looks like it. I guess. I can't believe that brass little pin would be this hard. That's crazy. I don't know. I think I'm outside of it. What do you guys think? I think I am. Let me look. Guys, I think I drilled it out already. I think I'm down in the plug. I never even felt that drop. I'm gonna just take this out just for fun. But I never even felt that drop. It sure is. I think it's drilled, maybe. Let's just see. Am I down in there? I sure am. I'm in there, guys. Oh, I don't think I heard anything. I'm just drilling into this bolt. I'm hoping. We'll find out. I'm going to put a key in there and see if it opens. Yeah, I drilled it. See that turning in there? I'm into the bolt. Didn't hurt anything. Now I've got to tap that. That little brass part. You're supposed to be able to reuse it. Let's get the tap. I'm in uncharted territory, guys. Oh, need the tap. Stick that right in there. This would not move when I bought it. Yeah, it's got it. Now, you're just supposed to get this in and then tap it with a mallet. Ooh, that's turning. I want to get this in the jaws. All right, now, here we go. I feel it happen. You're not supposed to get down in here into that bolt. Let's make sure I'm not. This wouldn't turn if I'm in there. No, we're cool. We're cool. It's still turning. These lights are hot, guys. I am sweating crazy here. I'm pretty nervous. Don't want to wreck this tool. All right, I'm down too low. Now I back off a little bit. There we go. I want to break that tap. Now I'm supposed to hit this with a mallet, and then that part comes out. That's going to be hard for me to show you that. How am I going to do that? Hit it with a mallet. Guess what, guys? Just read the directions. Once you've tapped this, you take this screw. All right, now you put the screw in there without cross-threading. Someone has used this before because that screw has been used. That's the original screw. Original wrench. I think what they did with this is they tightened down and pushed that out against that plug. See, would that work? Yeah, it would push it out. Let's just try. That was not in the directions. What do you guys think? Should I hit it with a mallet? I think I'm going to tighten it down. I don't want to break the screw though. Yeah. I can't do that. I'm going to snap that screw off probably. It's still there. Look at that. It's not down in there. Probably why they wanted it in a vise. Still loose. Cool. I'm going to have to go tap this with a hammer. We got it in a big old vise. It's a 4-inch vise, and I'm going to tap. I'm going to tap like this and tap it out of there. I hope I don't wreck nothing. All right, let's see here. Got to get it up high enough. Got it tight. All right, we're gonna get it now. I don't know if it's working. Let's see if it's even working. I can't tell. I think I'm bending it. I definitely am wrecking the head of my screw. They said to do this, guys. I can hardly believe it. Tap it with a mallet. I'm not having any success getting that out of there, do you think? Maybe it's coming out. How in the world could I do this differently? I've ruined my beautiful 60-year-old screw. I'm sick about that. I don't know. I think I drilled crooked. I sure did. It's not exactly on that. I'm probably trying to pull the housing out. Probably pulling on the housing. Maybe if I just barely get it in there.
A bad feeling about this.
Well, it didn't work. Rats. I don't know how to get it out. Well, that's not working. Is it? I don't think so. Do I have to drill that all the way out? I might have to, guys. I might have to. Well, guys, I don't know how to get that out of there without totally drilling it. I'm going to try pushing this and see if it just comes out. If the plug moves. It might, you know. All right, here we go. Let me just try pushing this out. Oh, you know it goes the other way. Oh man, guys, please put up with me. I think it goes the other way. It does go the other way. Oh, I'm really trying to ruin this thing. Okay, guys, I'm tapping on a mallet from this side. I've given up on that, but I'm almost got it out. That is evidently pressed in place. So I'm tapping, and I'm using this as a flat point to tap. Guys, I think I've thought of a way to do this. Stick this through here. Oh, I just dropped my follower. Stick that through there and tap on this base. I'm going to mount it on that with a nut. That'll probably hold it. It's working, guys, because I have it almost out. I just got to be super careful. I don't want to blow those pins. So this is pressed in place. If I would have removed that set screw, well, we'll call it a set pop rivet. If I would have removed it all the way, which I have now sheared it, but if I would have removed it, I would have still had to find a way to press this out. I watched a guy on the internet, he was doing it, but he did not tell the trouble involved in this. I do not want to lose those pins. Those pins are probably so important to me because I got to measure this. If I blow those pins, I'm done. All right, let's carry on. Hey, if you guys like this type of content, please smash the like button. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put the follower in the back, just like so. I'm now going to set that on the flat part of this. And I'm just going to tap. I do not want to blow out these pins, guys. Let's see here. Boy, all of this is problematic. Oh, it's coming. Oh, man. I got to get a different hammer. We're going to tap again, but with a hard hammer. Boy, I do not want to blow this out. I got the camera right over this thing. See that coming out of there? It is working. There's got to be a different way to do this. Oh, man. Yeah, I think I can push it out with the vise. Maybe. I don't want to wreck my follower. I know this is not the way they do it. They do not do it this way. They couldn't. But I don't know how to get it out. I've never had one of these apart before. And I wanted to show you the easy way to do it. And it's not happening that way. Gotta get past this. Man, oh man, is this hard. That reckons some. All right, let's see. If I just tap, if I tap on this, maybe it'll be all right. It's knurled or something in there. I think they said that it was knurled, or I drilled through it and I wrecked it. Let me take this off. All right, let's try it like this. I'm feeling it underneath with my fingers. This is not how it's done. I must have ruined it. Let's see if it's even coming out. Kind of. This is a follower. Yeah, I haven't wrecked anything. Maybe the springs. I got to get that to follow through. I wished I had a third hand. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious. I got it. I got it. And all the pins went. Look at that. Well, maybe one pin. It's in my hand. Ah, that is a bummer. I want to catch this on film because I think it's all just going to blow out. No, it did. One pin did. All right, I'm going to go back to the table. Oh man, this is terrible. Oh, there they all go. Well, at least I got them. I did not lose the pins, guys. Whew. Did not lose them. Oh, that's brutal. Here's all the pins. And look at there. There's that crazy cap. I wish I could have saved that retaining pin. Oh well. All the springs.
Hey guys, I left a spring down in the chamber there, but I find it later. Let's get back to the show.
Now you have to line up this part of it right here to line up with those holes when I put it back together. See, I drilled into that shaft. That's what I was trying to get out. Well, we see that didn't work too well. Maybe that's why HPC quit making the tool. I don't know. Hey, the cool thing was I did not wreck anything. I don't see any Mars on this. And that would have been the follower. Wow. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a set screw in to hold this all in place. Won't hurt a thing. I'll drill that out and put a larger set screw in. Here's the last piece of the puzzle here. That was what I was trying to get out. Wish that would have came out easy. Oops. Just saw a spring. Oh man. There was still a spring caught in there. And guess what? I got it. Watch this. It's right down here. There it is. You know I never even wrecked those springs. Well, I might have wrecked this one. That one looks a little wrecked. Yeah, that's compressed. But I got a whole kit, guys. Lab makes this kit. And I won't dump it because it's got cover over it. But look at that. You got all the pins and springs. Great, huh? But I got to see if this is the right kit to go with these pins. What's nice, I didn't wreck anything. That's still in perfect condition. Got all the chips off of it. What do you think, guys? You think this is a valuable tool? I do. Let me put everything on a mat now.
If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It will really be worth your while.
Oh, this is such a beautiful shot. What a tool. All right, now, here's what we're gonna do. I have already done something quite tremendous. I have pre-drilled this thing because you don't really want to know the trouble I went through to do that. I thought this tool was easy and simple, but it really didn't turn out to be that way. Well, at least for the first go around. So I pre-drilled this hole, and I also tapped it out. I had to use a different size tap. This is an 8/32 tap, and I had to use set screws, guys. So I had to use this tap and set screws just to make this all happen. And you're going to kind of see why. So let's deconstruct this whole thing and not collapse it into oblivion, because it took quite a bit to do. You're going to need some 8/32 drills and taps. You know, well, the drills aren't 8/32, but they're 4 and an 8/32 tap. You just got to have them. That's what you're going to use, really, to put into this lock. When you finally get it all drilled out with your gorgeous jig or just a hand drill, you're going to need to drill and tap that. I wish it was easier, but it's not. So there, I've ground the set screw down. So you're going to need a bunch of set screws. I put them all in the link below in the description. There's the set screws. They're 8/32 and they are 1/8 of an inch. Now, I found out if you don't use these hardened ones and you just use the ones I gave in the link, you can take a file and you can file off the top surface here. So you can make it flush. Because the nut does not have to have full thread, guys. It just needs some of the thread on the sides. But if you have that set screw in the way and it's case hardened, you're going to have real trouble getting the nut by it. So I had to take a grinder, which I highly suggest you buy a grinder. I have the grinder of choice, and I put the name and the link to the grinder. It's a Buck tool. My whole family would be proud of that. My dad worked for Buck Tool for a while. My dad died at 99. So that shows you how old Buck Tool is. I have to grind this set screw. So I'm going to deconstruct it before your eyes. And then you're going to see how to repin it with your killer pinning kit right over here. Here's the lab pinning kit. It's an LMDACE. You won't be using this pinning kit. I'm just showing this as honorable mention. This is really not for Ace. This is for Gem. So we won't be using that. Although the pins are nice and the springs are nice. I finally figured out the lengths on them. I wrote the lengths right up here. But I'm not going to use that. I probably ought to consolidate both kits into this one kit. Look at how cool this kit is, guys. You're going to love this. Look at this. This kit even has a cover over it. Lab really made a beautiful kit. Now I called Lab and they said, oh, this is the only kit we own. We don't have any kit for that GEM stuff, GEM, but they do have it for ACE Chicago or just ACE. There's the kit, there's the springs, and here are the drivers, and here are the, we'll call them bottom pins. Yeah, they're the bottom pins. So there they are, and the measurements are correct. They got it right. So I got it on my gorgeous stand. This is a stand that you use to put computers on. I put the link down in the description, and you can just have it like that and work out of it, and you can see what you're doing. It's on an angle. Isn't that cool? Look at the angle here. This is really cool. I don't think well, maybe I'll lift it up. I don't want to drop anything. I'll just show you what we got here. Look at this. Isn't this cool? It is cool though. So there we have some of the basic things. You're gonna have your pinning kit. Oh, you've got to have your gauge. This tells the depth of the cuts on your key. So you got your key, and it's going to have some cuts on it, and this will tell you the depth of the cut. Just as easy as you hardly imagine. So you got this, and then you're going to need this flat base. Down in the description, a link to it, so you can get 0. You have to have 0, and that's how you do it. Very easy base, and I tap all my numbers on this base. It's super quiet. You can do it right here on your desk. Makes for a nice little tool to tap your numbers on your keys. Numbers and letters. So I love this. This is only about $60, $70, and you can read the cuts on your keys. So simple. It's way better than something like this. This is horrible. Can't really cipher. You can cipher them, but this is so much simpler. Okay, we've got our jig. You're going to screw it in to the jig, this lock. It's real simple to do. It has a nut on the back. And if I would have been able to not do this on camera and use it in a drill press, I probably could have done a really super job, guys. But I was trying to do everything with a hand drill and just drill this, but that didn't work out too good. I wallered out the hole. So you're gonna drill this out, pretend you did this already. Then you take out the follower. This is a pre-made follower. And you lay it down like so. So it can go either direction. This is cool. So you drill like that, then you lay it down like this. This is so cool. Oh man, all right. Now watch this. We take the follower, it's a plug follower. We stick it in like this. And this pushes down those pins. You have to push the pins down. Let's get some light right over it. See those pins down in there? They have to be pushed down. Otherwise they'll go springing all over when we take this shell off. Got to get to the pins. Oh, I need to show you something really cool. Forgot about it. This kit is probably worth its weight in gold for one thing. You're going to freak out. See those aluminum things? Let me get one out. These take the place of that set screw. And they're made out of aluminum, so you drive them in, which would be kind of hard to do, but you can do it. Drive them in, and then you take a file, a flat file, and just file them off. But I think taking a hammer and driving those into this lock would be so difficult. I was thinking, how in the world would you do that? But I guess in a pinch, you're going to try everything, right? All right, we'll take our cover off the pins here. Here's the pins. Look how cool this is, guys. Oh, I love it. I can see right in it. See right inside. Isn't this cool? I'm loving it. Okay, we're going to tighten our wing nut up. Here is my beautiful set screw I got from Amazon. Here's the company. Great company. I got 4 of them bad boys. All right, now we're going to take out the set screw. Here we go. You got to hold your finger down on this follower, and you just pull this right off. Now a longer lock might give you a little trouble, but this was pretty simple. Right now, very gently. Oh, I've already knocked a pin loose. Look at that. All you got to do is barely pull up on this thing. What a shame. Well. Oh, you know what? All right, I take these up like this. And I should have never picked up, because I could have taken the pins off the top. Let's try it again. I'm going to go off camera and show you how to do it the right way. Well, guys, no matter how you play this, everything kind of fell apart. I guess that's okay. You're going to read the key anyway. You'll know where they go. But these pins are so small, they just kind of fall out. All right, they do. They fall out. So we get the jig out of here. Drop all the pins. Now you don't want to lose the springs. There's all the springs. They're all in there. One spring's a little smaller than the rest. I put in a smaller spring to see if it all functioned, and it does. This kit has the right size. I'll just show you. Has the right size springs. I use that other kit, and them gem springs are a little smaller. I think I'm going to get rid of that one spring. Okay. I want to put in the right size springs. I just feel better about that. You're going to need a pair of tweezers. These lab tweezers are the way to fly. All right, we're going to put in the spring. Now they're all the same heights. So imagine you're going to repin this. So you had to take it apart to do it. And imagine you have a different key. It's not even the same key as what you had before, and you're going to repin it with the pinning kit. Okay, so there's the cuts, and you just easily measure these cuts with this gauge right here. Let me get it back to 0. All right, here's the gauge. And this one cut right here, you just slip this tip right in here. Hold it right up like that. And you got 39, 38. So 39 and 38, we're at a number 2. Number 2 cut. So you just grab these pins, which are over here. You grab the number 2 pin right here. And it's right there. And you can repin it to different cuts. Ooh. There we go. And you can take this Wenxing tool and custom cut. I stamped in my own numbers. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're the opposite direction what this tool had. And there's a real reason for that. The reason is, I'll just show you. I've got my paperwork over here, leaning against my sound panels. Now, here is the reason. The numbers go in the opposite direction for the ACE Chicago, and for the GEM locks, they go in clockwise, these go counterclockwise as you're looking at the key. So you could put them in the way you want, but I kind of like to go by the diagram. And I've provided you a diagram. I'm going to give you a link down in the description to my community post that'll have all these papers, so you can just do a screenshot and then print them out. And here's all the numbers you will need. Vitally important for the ACE Chicago. You have the pin lengths and you have the cuts, and they're across from each other. I made it really simple. I've not found any paper on the internet that does this, so I had to make my own. And then this is a worksheet, so you can just write in your numbers as you're measuring with your killer gauge. Now, this gauge was so reasonable. It's an eye gauging. See that name, eye gauging? This is so reasonable. I just love it. I did have to buy a different tip for it though, guys. Let me find that tip. I put a link in the description for this tip. Comes in this case, but that eye gauging tool did not have a mini tip like this. Let's get it out of here. I'll just show you what it looks like. I paid about $40 for this particular tip, but the one from iGauge is about $5 on Amazon. So there's the tip. If you don't have this little teeny tip, that gauge is worthless. I've tried to think of everything for you. I really have. The eye gauging comes in its own really wonderful case. I taped this up here because I did not want to lose it. But they don't have that little tip. They have bigger ones. See the bigger ones? But they don't have that mini tip. They have roundy ones, but not that small tip. Even came with its own batteries. It's really cool. So now we're going to put the lock kind of back together. They do not want you to pull off that part that I did to show you what the bottom drivers look like. They want you to just leave it. Leave the drivers right in the tool and don't pull apart that. You want to leave the springs and the drivers all intact. Let's go ahead and pick up all these pins. Notice the drivers, they're all the same size. We'll just put all the drivers, the springs, everything over here on my Peterson mat. I love this little mat. Get the keys out of the way. I wish that was worth something, but oh, what a trouble. Better off with my gauge. All right, we're going to take one pin, we're going to measure it. .271. So that's the longest pin we have. So 271 would be right there. It's a number 5 pin. That's what it is, 5. So if it's 264, we have a pin 271. Remember, this is a Chinese knockoff lock. You're close enough. Believe it or not, you're close enough. The tolerances are that far off. It's crazy. So that's a number 5. These other ones on this, there they are, 2 of them. So we know we've got on this key, got a bunch of 1s. So let's get them in line. So our first cut on this, if we're going to look at our chart, the first cut goes counterclockwise. So the first cut is a number 1. Okay? So let's get them in line. So there's the number 1. Let's get it out in the middle here. I don't want to knock anything around, but it would be better, wouldn't it? So our first cut is a number 1. And then our second cut, if we just look at the key, so our first cut is a number 1, which is right there. Our second cut is that number 5. So we get that big old pin. Put it right there. And then we got a number 1, a number 1, a number 1. So we got 3 more 1s. 2, 3. All right, I think I'm missing one pin. I am. Oh boy. Well, we know what the pin is. Or do we? Yeah, it's a number 1. Let me grab a number 1 out of the kit. There we go. So let me see if I even got it right. Yeah, the last 2 cuts are a number. What are they? Let's see what the last 2 cuts are. They're 40. They're 40. So a 40 cut would be number 2s. I think I said that before. 2 number 2s. All right, there. All the pins are set out. Go ahead and put them back in. And it won't be in here. They'll be in this little teeny housing that holds the springs and the drivers. So we're going to set it back in its jig to do it. All right, now we're going to take this back end of this lock and we're going to line it up. Line this flat part. See the gap there? It's got to be the same gap as the inside of this lock, which is that point right there. You line that up. You tighten it up in the jig. Oh, you know, I forgot those spacers. I'll put them spacers on. All right. Okay. Now we got to get right on it. I'm going to show you deep down in there where we're putting these pins on. I think we'll get everything out of the road here. We don't need any pins. We don't need this stand anymore. Ooh, I got some great Peterson lockpick. All right, let's get right into this now. Right up in there. All right, we're going to put the pins right inside. Now we're going to gently grab the pins. For our first pin, it's going to be where the key goes in with the cut, like this. So our first pin is counterclockwise from this flat point, the wider point. See this wider point here, guys? There's 2 pins, one here and one here, but there's no pin in the center. So there's our starting point. We're going to start with our first pin, which is a number 1. Oh man, I almost messed it up. We got to put the drivers in. This is so much harder than a regular lock. All right, we're going to put these drivers in. They do not like to go in. I'll still count backwards here, counterclockwise. I found this was the best way to load it, was put the springs in, then put the main housing on. This is no fun. I used to like loading up cylinders, but boy, these are... Now, if I push and I spring these out, you'll be really sick, but I got to make sure they're down. I got to kind of wiggle it, make sure that they're lined up with the bottom part here. Okay, I think they're all there. So they're all inside. All right, now here's our flat point. Now we're going to put a pin in here, our first pin. Okay, this is the number 1. Whew. Number 1's in. Now, I'm just calling it number 1. This is a number 5 pin. So we put in our first pin. Now we got the 5th pin in. It's sticking. Oh, look at that. I knocked it right out. See how easy it is to knock these things out? Okay, I got them all loaded, guys. I thought I had the camera going, but I didn't. They're all loaded in there. That was not easy to do. It's so delicate, you just have to be super careful. You can spring them out of there. All right, now we're going to put our cover, this outside shell, we're going to put it back in place. Okay, I'm going to put the shell on. I got to move the camera. Now this is where it gets real dicey. I have to have this outside part lined up. Well, I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. This set screw has got to be out slightly. I have to have this going down. There we go. All right. Now, I think I have to have this follower push the pins down. Make sure I'm all the way down. Right now, I gotta tighten up that screw. It's really best to look through the opening to line up the hole, because if you turn this off now, your pins are going to come out. Okay, I got it. What do you know? I've tried this several times. Okay. Now, notice my housing is slightly loose, so I got to tighten that up a little better. There we go. I'm breathing heavy because this is not an easy task. Okay, I got it back together. Now here's really the kicker. We got to see if, let me put these back. They have their own little keeper. I don't want to lose them. All right, there we go. Remember, this is 50-some years old, 52 years old. See, that holds those spacers back there. All right, we are actually done with our jig. It served a pretty good purpose. I'm sure if I do it more, I'll get used to it. Let's see if the key works. Is this the right key? No, that only has one cut, so this actually cannot work. That's a good sign. Does not work. All right, let's see if... Here's the key. Here's the key. Let's see if the key works. Oh, it works, guys. Oh, it works really nice. Oh, man. You see all the trouble it is to pin up one of these things? I hope you enjoyed this show. This has been probably a week of thinking about it and then gathering all the parts and pieces together, everything to do this show. It was not easy, but I think you appreciate it. Please hit that like button. And by the way, you can get some free Peterson lock picks. I'm giving these away. There is no charge for these. You do not have to get into any sweepstakes or anything. All you have to do is give me your name and address. Email it to me. My email is down in the description. It's doorandlocktips@gmail.com, and I will send you one free Peterson pick in the United States only. And I got a lot of them. I mean, I got so many, I don't know what to do with. Ken, he sent them to me from Peterson Lock Pick. Now, Ken is really a great guy. He's my best friend in this lock community. And he said, I'm going to give you some picks, Mike, and you can send them out to your friends. And I said, okay. No strings attached. So please hit that like button. You don't even have to do that if you want to. I am not trying to hold you hostage for the picks. Just give me your name and address, and I'll send you a free pick. There we have it. This is Mike with Door and Lock Tips, and we are so happy here at Door and Lock Tips to show you how to pin up one of these tubular locks. And in the future, I'm going to show you a lot more about tubular locks. You're going to love it. Thanks again. This is Mike with Door and Lock Tips. Thanks. Now, Ken is a great guy, okay? These are odd colored picks. They're not supposed to be this color for an 18,000 thick pick. Put gold paint on here so that he wouldn't get mixed up. And they're hooks. Let's see this batch here. I got 300 of these. Are they round hooks? Yeah, they're round. Real good close look here. Let's get out some picks. Look at these picks. These are beautiful. I mean, seriously, come on, guys. Look at how gorgeous these things are. You want one. So send me your email with your address in it, and I will send you out one of these picks. Free of charge. Ken is a great guy. He's my buddy, okay? My buddy. He's the major inventor of all this stuff years and years ago. So I'm just the avenue. Okay? I'm the avenue. And you guys reap the benefits of knowing Ken. So you need to thank him. You need to go to his website. There it is right there. And give him a high five. I'm going to send you one pick. let's get it going.
Hey guys, so these are probably around 46 millimeter. That's what the pick's thickness is. They're all sanded. These are high quality, super high grade metal. They won't just bend and break. So I'm giving you a great pick. Ken is a wonderful guy to have as a friend. And I'm going to tell you, you'll be his friend when this is all over because you're going to love this pick. Come on, email me. I want to give these away. Some gold on here, look at that. So he physically put this on himself. Now he's synonymous with the best quality in the world, okay? Peterson picks, everybody knows they're great. There they are. Wonderful. Now I'm not kidding you about these picks, guys. I got 300 picks, all super high quality. From Peterson picks. Aren't these gorgeous? Look at that. So all you gotta do is tell Ken how much you appreciate all his goodies. You just gotta tell Ken how much you appreciate everything he's given. I'm just the intermediary. I'm so happy to send these out to you guys. So send me an email, one pick, free of charge, no shipping, straight to your door. Guys, these are 18,000ths. Those are great picks. They're gonna work everywhere. Nice hooks, the rounded end hooks. 18,000ths. Look at all these picks. Oh man. Come on, help me give them away. Look at how beautiful they are. No burrs. They're just miscolored. So Ken's a great guy, great friend of mine, and he wanted me to pass along his beauties. 18,000. Yeah!
Let's do a fly in. I don't know if it's worth doing, but they're kind of fun.